Me again. Okay, so I just finished describing diabetes and how it works. When you finally get it, your pancreas is demolished. And the same applies to gluten sensitivity. Your intestines are then the organ that gets demolished from all the inflammation happening in the villi and the intestinal wall from the inability to cleave the gluten molecule. So, glutens are in all grain. So, if you eat any grain at all, there are some grains with more and some grains with less. And so, when you look at things that say gluten free, it's really that they're not, they're at levels that are acceptable for the organizations that are stamping that as gluten free. So wheat, barley, and rye are supposedly like the worst offenders. And if you do find that you want to test and see if you have gluten sensitivity, Dr. Peter Osborne is a really good doctor. He has a Gluten Free Society website that you can order um, tests. It's a cheek swab. I don't, I used to work for him, so I kind of know um, what what they're offering is good stuff. Um, but this is no plug for him necessarily. It's just an easy way. That way you don't have to go to a doctor. You can just go to a website and test yourself. Just do a little cheek swab. Anyway, so here's the thing. A lot of people with autism have, and other disorders like IBS, um, or just depression and things like that. They have IBS or they have some kind of gut issue because of gluten sensitivity and they just don't know it. Bipolar, schizophrenia, there's a lot of that. That's kind of being the culprit is actually inflammation in the intestines that are causing problems in the brain because everything that your brain uses, all the chemicals, serotonin, um, those kinds of things, the neurochemicals are produced largely in the intestine. So another thing that you'll find is that there's food sensitivity. So the Feingold diet talks about phenols and salicylates. They can cause reactions just like an allergy, but it's a food sensitivity. So take a look at feingolddiet.org or just the Feingold diet. Look it up and look at the stories there about the different kids and adults that have had a lot of help getting well after getting rid of food coloring and then any fruits and vegetables with salicylates or phenols. It just depends on you. So a lot of this, sometimes you have to do the guesswork because you don't have money for labs, but if you can do a lab, Dr. Osborne's office has a lot of food sensitivity labs. They do the ELISA Act. There's other things like the ALCAT. So here's how the food sensitivity thing works. There's allergy tests, and allergy tests will, you have an allergic response, it can kill you. It can also just do little things like you can't think for a while, or you you have a swelling or whatever. The swelling can happen in your brain, so it can happen anywhere in your body. So allergies, true allergy is a response of the body within 1 to 3 hours of inflammation. A food sensitivity will cause a similar response, but it's over the 3 hour mark. So when you have a food sensitivity, the tests are for whether or not after 3 hours to 3 weeks you have some kind of response. So it doesn't account for the allergic response, the 1 to 3 hour part. So it starts up where the allergy test leaves off, which is why it's good for you to have an allergy test as well as a food sensitivity test. And food sensitivities kind of work like this. Everybody's a creature of habit, right? You have the same perfume, the same soap, the same foods that you like, your favorite, body wash or shampoo or whatever. And so what you are doing is kind of building up one particular chemical or a particular overload of a particular vitamin or mineral, like a cat's fighting in the background. Fun. So you build up this overload and your body eventually goes, wait, okay, enough. We've had enough of that. And the way it shows you is by responding with an inflammation, like trying to get you to understand that this is not making us feel good. We want you to stop, at least for 3 to 6 months. So that's something you can do. Tests don't guess. So if you can get tests run, I highly recommend it. There are lots of functional medicine doctors that will do that for you. And then you can just give up your favorite thing for 6 months, 3 months, and then get back on it.